Hello, my name is Danielle Despain, and today I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. We are going to start off with first is a blank template. So as you can see, mine is a blank template. If yours does not look like this, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. First you're going to go to File, then you're going to go to New, and then because we were on a blank template, I want you to hit the blank presentation, and then you're going to hit Create. That'll create a presentation just like mine. Okay, see? Brand new one. I'm going to get rid of the extra one though because I only need one to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to add our title. This is our title page. So first we're going to click in the text box, which is this little dotted line in the shape of a box. So you're going to click once, and now you have a cursor. So what we're going to do is we're going to title our PowerPoint. For this one, because it's a test, I'm just going to, or a practice, I'm going to call it Test PowerPoint. Okay, for your actual PowerPoint presentations, I recommend doing a title that pertains to the subject that you are going to present. Otherwise, it's going to be a little odd if you write Test PowerPoint on an actual PowerPoint presentation to turn in. And depending on your teacher, they might laugh or give you docked points. In this next box down, it says subtitles. So what the best thing to do in this section is to put names, your name, so you can do by and then your name, or you can put like group name, like your group. So if you have more than one person, you can put their names in here too. Also, some teachers may require you to put the title of the class. If your teacher requires that, you can put it by your name, and then you can put the title of the class, or period, depending on what your teacher wants on your title page. Okay, you can also change your font for your title page. I'm going to make this one a little bigger because I'm not going to add much else to this page, and we're going to make it, you can go really big, and if you don't see the font size that you like, you can also type it into this text box up here on top. I'm going to do, let's say, 57. Okay, because see there's 54 but no 57. So I'm going to do 57 and then hit enter, and now it makes my font that size. You can also use these the letter A with the arrows on them. This one goes up so it makes your font bigger. You can hit the little a with the arrow down in order to shrink your font. If you can't figure out the right size, you can do that until you find one you like. Just know if you type one in and then press these arrows, it's no longer in there. So I'm going to change it back to 57. Okay, you can also change the style of font. Some teachers may specify what kind they like because some teachers have an easier time reading one kind versus another. My favorite is the Arial right here, just basic Arial, because it looks nice and you can read it. A lot of teachers will prefer the Times New Roman, which is all the way down here. Hold on, almost there. There we go, Times New Roman. And a lot of teachers like this one too. You can also change the center, whether your font is centered directly in the middle of the box, which is this one, whether it's to the left or to the right. For the title page, I recommend putting it in the center, just because it makes it more even. If you like it off to the side, you can do that, but if you do that, I would move it up. Oh, and I didn't show you how to move, if you didn't see that. What you do is you put your cursor over the line, one of the lines of the box, and then you see how it's got the 4 directional arrows. You click on it and then drag where you want to put it, and it'll show you where you're moving it to. So I had it centered, but because I changed my font to left side, I want it up in the left corner. If I do right side, I would recommend moving it to the right side. You don't have to do this, but it just kind of, for me, I like it. But I like center. So I'm going to keep mine centered in the middle of my page. You can also move your name up too if you want. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, now that we have our title, we have our name, we have to add more slides. One slide does not make a PowerPoint. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this corner and see this fun little box over here. You can do this of two ways. One is you can click on this picture and it gives you the default new slide, which is the title and where you can put content. The little pictures in the middle are not going to stay there. That's just to show you what you can do in the content area. You can add a table, you can add a chart, you can add smart art graphics. Sometimes those work, sometimes they don't. You can use pictures from your own gallery or on your computer. You can do clip art pictures, and you can also do multimedia clips and videos like YouTube and things like that. But you can put on those, and to insert them you can either click on these or you can go to insert and then click on them up here. It's the same, they're the same things. Okay, so what we're going to do now, the other way to make to add a new slide is to see the area underneath that says new slide. See the little arrow next to it? You're going to click on that, and now it gives you different layouts that you can pick. This is the one that it defaulted to because it's right after the title page. It kind of chooses that one for you. You can do headers and footers if you want. You can do to content, which is where you have you can put like two pictures next to each other, or you can do text and a picture. Or you can do the compression, which is you can do two pictures with little subcategories. So I'll click on that one to show you. But see, you can add subtitles here. So you can explain your pictures or whatever you put in the content area, instead of just having a picture and no explanation for it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, just so our slides aren't totally empty, we're going to add some clip art to the first one that we added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by clicking onto the picture here. We're going to click on the clip art picture, and now we have the clip art toolbar. Sorry about that. And then you can change whatever you want to search or put in there. Because it's a test PowerPoint, you can pick whatever you want. I just did teacher stuff for mine. So I'm going to hit go. Make sure you have all media file types selected on here. It'll do it automatically if you click this one, because see, now they're not selected. You click it again, they're all selected. If you do that, because then it'll pull from the internet, your computer, and several other places, mainly Microsoft itself. But then you want to hit go, and it's going to do a search, and sometimes it takes a minute before the pictures come in. And some pictures do this number where they don't like to show up and all you get are 3 shapes. But once you find one you like, I'm going to just do this one. And you click it, you can either click it once or double click it, it really doesn't matter. It'll work either way. But once you click it, it's going to shoot it right to the middle of your page. Okay? Now see the little dots along the outside edge of your picture? You can put your cursor over it just like the text box and make them and move them. So see how the 4 arrows there? We can move it around and it'll show you where you're moving it to. Or if you want to, you can make it bigger or smaller. So to make it bigger, you're going to grab the corner. See how the arrow's got 2 arrows pointing out? And you can make it really big or really small. Okay, so now that's really small. That's really big. Okay? And once, if you want to, just for fun, for some pictures, they look better in the mirrored image. So what you want to do is you're going to shrink it as small as it goes, and then you're going to pull it to the other side of the dot, and it'll reverse it. So then you can have an upside down picture if you want. After you do the, after you get it sized the way you want, there's also one more thing you can do with this. See the little green dot on top here? You can put your cursor over it, and now you have an arrow that looks like it's spinning. Well, if you click and hold it, you can turn your picture all the way around, and you can have it upside down, you can put it diagonal, you can leave it slightly diagonaled, you can keep it straight. So that's how you turn your picture if you need to. Okay, so I'm just going to put that one there, and we're going to title this one Teacher Stuff, because that's what I searched. got to put a space in between. Alright, teacher stuff. So now for this one, I'm going to make the font, let's go 60. Okay? Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to do the next slide just because we need to add a few more things to it. We are going to add a chart on this first one. Okay, so you have different types of charts. You have bar graphs, which show up in columns up and down. You can do up and down columns, and you can pick different shapes and styles for those. You have line graphs, some without dots and some with dots. You can do, oh, sorry about that. You can do pie graphs, and they vary from being all together versus separated. And you can also have it sectioned out so it tells you what's in each section. You can do the up and down bar graphs depending on what your teacher wants or your preference. And then it goes down further as you get more advanced in mathematics and other such things. But I'm going to do a basic up and down bar graph. So I'm going to click on the one I want. We're going to double click. And then it took me to Excel because I currently did not have a chart created. So I had to scooch it over so you could see. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of my information here. And you can rename these and actually have your data set up. But because this is a quick one, this is just leftover data from another project that I did. And then you're going to hit Insert, and then you're going to pick the graph that you originally had. I'm going to do my columns again, then I'm going to do the 2D columns. And now see how it gave me a table in the Excel spreadsheet here? And it's different colors, but you can change that in Excel, but that's a different presentation in itself. You can also change the titles of the names in the X and Y axis. But because I had created it on this page, it is now on my PowerPoint. Isn't that cool? Alright, so I'm going to get rid of Excel because I don't need it anymore. My chart is on there. So we're going to title the category above our graph, we're going to just say bar graph, because that's what it is. And then this one, we are going to add a picture from your computer. Yours will not match mine because I have some things on here that you probably haven't done. We're going to do the Chalk Art Festival because that was a lot of fun. And we are going to pick a random picture. Let's see this one. Insert picture. Okay, so now that's how you pull it from your computer. And we're going to call this Chalk Art. Okay, and we're going to title this, you can either title it bar graph chalk art or whatever your picture was of, or you can just call it double pictures or double graphs, or I mean the title can be whatever you want. I'm going to do fun stuff. Okay, let's get rid of our clip art thing because that's taking up space. Alright, so now that we have our slide 3 done, what we're going to do is we're going to go and create or do the backgrounds. So we're going to go to Design, and you can either choose themes that are pre-set up themes from the table here. And there's a lot of cool ones to choose from if you're not as artsy and don't want to goof with it. You can pick any kind of file or any kind of theme that you like. There's some cool fancy ones that have pictures on the sides and background stuff. So if I was going to pick one of these, let's say I'm going to just pick this one down here with the butterflies because it looks cool. Okay, so it's going to apply it to all of my slides. So now if I go back to the first one here, I've got my butterflies and more butterflies and more butterflies. But if you want to goof with it and create your own backgrounds, you can go to Effects, and it'll show you different ways to add to it. You can also go to Colors, and you can change your color schemes for things. You can keep the same design of the background, so like see how the butterflies stay, but I'm changing the colors of everything. So you can do that. So